Welcome back to the Wolf Pit and another episode of What Are We Eating? Today, I'm going over my latest taste test adventure with generic Spam, also known as Great Value Luncheon Meat. The name alone sounds kind of sketchy, kind of like it should be the name of a horror movie. I can see it now. Death at the Mystery Meat Diner, where Great Value Luncheon Meat is made. Now let's go over the handful of ingredients that are very similar to classic Spam. They are pork, salt, water, sugar, and sodium nitrate. Whereas Spam has two additional ingredients, pork with ham, and I know ham is pork, but there is a difference. And Spam has modified potato starch. Other than that, the ingredients are exactly the same and in the same order in the list of ingredients. The cooking instructions for the Great Value Luncheon Meat is the same as it is for classic Spam. And now on to my favorite part, and one of the main reasons why I do these What Are We Eating videos, the nutrition facts. The nutrition value for the Great Value Luncheon Meat and the classic Spam are all pretty much exactly the same, except for two little things. Each 12-ounce can has 180 calories per 2-ounce serving, and there's 6 servings per can. Out of those 180 calories, 140 of those calories are from fat. There's 16 total grams of fat, 6 grams of saturated fat, 40 milligrams of cholesterol, 790 milligrams of sodium, and 7 grams of protein. And now for the two minor differences. The Great Value Luncheon Meat has potassium listed at 140 milligrams. Spam doesn't even have potassium listed. And then for the carbohydrates. Both have 1 gram per serving, but the Great Value brand has 1 gram of sugar per serving. And just like Spam, Great Value Luncheon Meat has a long shelf life, so you're able to enjoy it during the zombie apocalypse. Here's what the Great Value Luncheon Meat looks like when you open it up. And I gotta admit, it looks better than the classic Spam. It actually looks more like my homemade Spam. But in either case, homemade is always better because you know exactly what's in it. But I do have to say, the classic Spam came out of the can a whole lot easier. And once out of the can, it still looks more appetizing than the classic Spam. It has a nicer color and looks meatier than the pale, uniform color of Spam. When you cut into it, it seems like it has a little bit more integrity and it's not nearly as spongy as Spam. And once sliced, it still looks more like my homemade Spam than it does classic Spam. Now let's cut a slice up and see how it tastes straight from the can. Even though it looks a little bit different, if you blindfolded me, I could not tell you this was not Spam straight out of the can. Now for the true test, let's fry up a few slices and see how it stands up to the classic Spam. Now let it fry for 2 to 3 minutes over medium-high heat until golden brown. Or a little longer or a little less, depending on how crispy you normally like your Spam. After 2 to 3 minutes, or until your desired crispification, give it a flip. And it seems to fry up and turn golden brown just like regular Spam, maybe even a little bit better. After just about 6 minutes, it's nice and golden brown on each side. Now let's cut into a piece and see how it stands up to classic Spam. It was definitely nice and crispy on the outside and moist and tender on the inside. And once again, if I was blindfolded, I could not tell you this was not Spam. It has the same unmistakable, salty, rich, fatty flavor as Spam, and that's a good thing if you like Spam. The one and only way I could possibly tell this was not Spam would be the texture. Usually when you fry Spam, you get that nice crispy outer crust, and then it's kind of mushy in the middle. This felt more like you were biting into something rather than biting into a sponge. Now for the last and final test, let's make a Spam and cheese sandwich. I like mine with a lot of mayonnaise. If you don't like mayonnaise, use mustard or use ketchup. I don't care, it's your sandwich. Then add a couple slices of the Great Value Luncheon Meat. Now for the full processed food effect, you're eating a processed meat sandwich on processed bread with processed mayonnaise. You gotta have a piece of processed American cheese. There's no such thing as a healthy shortcut on this sandwich. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it right. Now top it off with another piece of mayonnaise slathered bread. Once the Great Value luncheon meat was in sandwich form, there was absolutely no way I could tell you it was not Spam. It pretty much looked, smelled, and tasted just like classic Spam, with the exception of the very small difference in texture. Had I not been doing a video to compare this with Spam, I would have probably picked up a can, ate it, and never noticed the difference. And with the Great Value luncheon meat coming in almost $1 cheaper than the Spam, it's really not a question on which one to buy unless you want to spend more money for the same product. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you do give this a try, which is a rare occasion on these videos. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.